Welcome to the Influencer Show with your host, Trishawn Ben Salmi.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Influencer Show where I interview people who can help influence the way you live life in a number of different ways. I'm your host, T7, and today we have a very special guest with us. So if you'd like to introduce yourself to listeners and let them know a little bit about you.
Hi everyone, this is Vikash. I am into IT and I am running a company. I'm an entrepreneur right now and running a company called Neurapses Technologies in India. And we also have an education divisions which is teaching robotics to small kids. Let's say at the age from 6 to 16, 18s and younger students also. So the interest is more towards upbringing the kids to learn something new related to technologies by using robotic kits, to let them learn how to connect dots, how to connect the components, look the world in a different way, and to help more and more people as much as possible. So that's what we do and we enjoy.
That is absolutely amazing. And why don't you share with the listeners why you do what you do?
Yeah, it's because many people tend to do it because maybe they were told to do and they are used to it and they never thought of taking a risk in life. And that's how it is for them. So they are not coming out of their comfort zone. But for me, it's more like I enjoy. Since childhood, I always enjoyed. I wanted to do. I was told to do something else or the other, but I couldn't. So it's all about how much you enjoy your life, your work, and it doesn't matter what you do. Just try to make sure that you're enjoying it and it's your passion. And as long as you do that, you will succeed. No one can stop you. So that's what we do.
I definitely agree with that. That's so powerful. And what would you say has been the biggest influence on you that you wish you had known sooner?
Right. So if I look back, I think the biggest influencer for me was computers, because it's almost like my friends were learning computers when they were in standard 7, but I couldn't get the opportunity because maybe I was not good in studies and my parents always wanted you need to focus on studies. So but at the age at standard 10, I got this opportunity. My brother gave me this opportunity that no problem, you can just go outside and do some extra coaching to learn computers. That time I realized I am so much into this. I enjoyed a lot. I was getting good score in that, and that actually changed everything. So
That is really cool. I think that's something that many of us, like, yes, we may have that moment where we feel that this is for us, but as you said, we're not willing to take this step out of our comfort zone to go and pursue our passion.
yeah.
So very important. And what would you say people could do to stay motivated during moments of crisis?
So as of now, if you see, this is a crisis mode moment. So we have COVID now. Either you can just sit back and think of, I planned so much thing in life and nothing is working. What should I do now? Or just go back, experience the good moment, the good times you had in life, take it as something positive, and stay calm and say this, I'm gonna, I was able to come out of that situations and I had a good time in my past and I can do it. So enjoy the life right now. Yeah, as long as you enjoy your life right now, you will always succeed. So it doesn't matter the crisis is today or tomorrow. Live every small moment with happiness, with some passions. And even if you fail in whatever you are doing right now, it doesn't matter. You will have more opportunities, because as long as you are enjoying, you are seeking for that, you will always succeed in one thing or the other. So just enjoy. That's what I can say.
Definitely. I think that's just so important. Just having that mindset where, yeah, you set out to do one thing, but then by having that fun, it just makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And what would you say is your passion?
My passion is technology. uh, I somehow enjoy coding. writing software codes. And it doesn't matter at what stand of what designations or what profile I have in my company or somewhere others. I always tend to go back and enjoy that. So as a team, as a leader, I usually don't tell my colleague to just do the work. If they are stuck somewhere, I just jump into it and try to be part of that team and just try to solve it, because I enjoy a lot. And apart from this, I enjoy helping people. I don't know why. Life is busy and everybody is busy, but somehow if I just get a quick WhatsApp chat from a friend or from my colleague or someone, I cannot stop myself. So I enjoy this a lot.
I think that's definitely really important, because like when just like anyone in general, that whenever they get caught up in anything, they often tend to treat the people either working with or for them as just like that. But it's about being able to connect with them on so many different levels, so then that way they feel like they're part of the big vision as well.
Yeah.
And if you had a megaphone and you could say one thing to the world that would have a lasting influence, what would it be and why?
All I would say is just let's say the life is random. No matter how much you plan in life, it'll never going to work the way you want to do it. So live every moment, enjoy every moment, and be passionate about, be a good seeker, and believe in what you do it. So nobody can stop you. That's what I will say. So because this is something, it doesn't matter which domain, industry, technologies, or someone is there with you or you are alone. As long as if you believe in yourself and you want to seek something which you want to do, you'll always succeed. So do that always, and never stick to plans so much in detail that you feel very negative if it doesn't work,
Mm,
because life is random. Just enjoy your life at the same time, and
I
support your family or friends, because at the end they will be there with you.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, that is so true, because like many of us we get so fixated on just trying to make sure that we stick to the plan step by
Yeah.
step, but it's about being able to sometimes even go off track a little, just to actually then get that passion back and actually be more motivated to then do what you want to do.
Yes, absolutely.
And what advice would you give to someone who's had their very own £1 million idea at a time like this?
Yeah, so I would say we always come up with some new ideas. Our mind is always working and trying to look upon different things. Can I do this? Should I do this? What if it fails? We are always have a thought of failing. So what I will say is, don't give up. Try something small. So for example, robotics, it was started, what we are teaching to students, it was started as a weekend hobby by a friend of mine who is working with me. And he used to teach students on weekends, and the student used to come to his home and get taught all these things. I was passionate about this, and slowly, after a year, we thought of coming up with an idea to make it big. Let's influence more students, let's more student come into and pitch in. So same way, try to start something small, and there will be some people, your very good friends, some good colleagues also, around you, trying to stop you because of their experience, that it might be a risk. Don't do this, don't do that. But listen to your heart, believe in yourself. There will be challenges in life, but try to follow your passions, continue to do it, and you will succeed. And slowly you will see people are more and more people are joining you and helping you to move forward. They will try to come together, because everybody loves achievement, everybody loves success. So it's only some are able to take the risk and take the world together moving forward. So be that, and never give up, and enjoy.
Exactly. I think that's really important, because then, like, taking that step outside of your comfort zone can actually lead to a number of amazing things. Because, like, if you're constantly staying in your comfort zone, you know everything that's around you. You've been there, done that. but then by exploring further, you're then opening yourself to newer and most of the time even better opportunities.
Yeah.
Mm. And what would you say is the biggest issue, or maybe even a problem that you are aiming to solve as an influencer in your own industry?
It's more of a, let's say it's more related to two things. One is technology. So because as I said, as an example, that had I been aware of these technologies before, I would have been some other place. So I believe uh, someone should be, using this platform to teach as many students, as many people as possible, use the technologies to solve big business problems, and try to optimize the problem, come up with a good solution as much as possible. And it doesn't matter, let's say there was a performance issues of a, of, it was good, as good as 40% in the industry, and you are able to achieve 50%. So don't stop there, because I never did. And I in my own experience, the accuracy was, let's say, or performance was 60 or 80%, but I took it to 90%, but I was not happy. I took it to 95%, I was not happy. I took it to 98, 99%. So the thing is, I never gave up. So all I can say is never give up, and try to bring more and more technologies to others. Share knowledge. As much as you share knowledge, this is going to help, because it's all about group and collaborative effort. The more the people share their feedbacks, the more you learn, because you might be doing something and you might be happy with what you are doing in your own comfort zone, but as long as people are not there to criticize you, you know you won't be able to learn something from that and move forward. So do that also.
Definitely. I think that constructive criticism is definitely
Yes.
something key to then help you just achieve more because, like, as you said, like, if for example, if someone else was to maybe hit 60%, whereas others are only hitting 50, they're thinking, oh, I've made it. But it's about constantly pushing and striving for more because then that way you're then able to grow.
Yeah, so I'll give an example related to criticism. So my own personal life example. So when I was in standard 7, so I used to make sketches, paintings, and everybody in my family was like, awesome, you have done a great job. So everybody was happy, say, how you end up making such a good drawing? And my sister, who is elder to me, and she's like, I think you made a mistake, you should have done something this. And I was a bit annoyed. I was like, why you always criticize me? Whatever I do, everybody is happy except you. So what she told me is that there was a painter, and everybody used to, say something good about the painting. And there comes one person after a long years saying that, I think you made a mistake. And the painter was very happy. Why? Because he was not able to be more creative by looking into the faults. So this is what something I am doing with you. So it's up to you how you take it. So that is something I learned in life, that always take criticism in a positive fashion and try to do something good.
Definitely, it's definitely so important because then, as you said, by being able to say that in a positive fashion, we are then able to actually work on that and better that skill.
Yeah.
And what would you say was that pivotal point along your journey, and what did it teach you?
Sorry.
What was the pivotal point along your journey? Sort of like the important point.
Okay, so I think I had a lot of important points in my life. So because I keep switching, so I never stick to one direction, one path. So I always, decided to take risk. So if I share, one of the risk was, um, I was into one of the company, let's say into SAP. So I was doing good there, and then because as I always wanted to do something in machine learning and AI, so I was not getting that opportunity in that company, or in that domain. SAP is not into that; it's more into business in ERP. And I had a very good future. That's what my colleague says. So when I decided to switch a company who are into technologies and into machine learning and AI, they were like, "What? How can you do that? you are at such a good life experience right now, how much experience you have industrial, and you just want to switch. It's totally other side. You have a family. How can you take such a big risk? And like, I don't know, I just wanted to do this. And I'm happy I took that decision, because it's almost let's say 8 years, and I'm enjoying every day. I'm enjoying. So that was a point I always cherish.
It's amazing. I think that's definitely something that's really important. Just having that self belief, then take
Yeah.
that leap into a whole another area because you're so passionate about it.
Yes.
Mm. And what would you say are the top 3 lessons that you have learned along your life journey, and how did they influence where you look at life?
Dedication. So as long as you are dedicated to your work, you'll always achieve something good. So even if it is not your work, you're not enjoying, and it's a temporary, it doesn't matter. Do your best. Because I remember one of my friend who was about to leave a company, and usually what happens when you leave a company, you are in a notice period in the last 2 or 3 months, and people usually don't work that much because they know they are in a comfort zone. But that guy was working till the last day. He was supporting the company. And what he said is that manager said, no matter what happens, anytime you want to come back, you come back. I really appreciate that you are the first guy who did this. You are working till the end. So that is something taught me in life, that be dedicated to your work. It doesn't matter where you are. So that is something, one lesson I learned. Second was, let's say, hard work. So as long as you do whatever you want to do, stick to that and do as much hard work you want to do. And apart from that, don't give up with your health. Don't give up with your health, because health is very much important. So I do take care of my health. So I always make sure that I sleep at least 8 hours. So even if I have to work late night, I'll sleep long till early morning, late morning. But I don't give up my health. I eat good. So that is what a good lessons. So you'll always have some issues or the other. Never good on your give up on your food, your eating habits, your sleeping habits. Never give up on your family, your friends. Be always be there to support. And the attitude of learning. So never have an attitude that I'm the master, I know everything in this field. So always try to learn from others, learn as much as possible from different domains. Because it's maybe you are good at maybe you are a good doctor, but at the same time you might need to learn about accounts, about what is profit, what is how market works, what is business, because you have to understand money also. So it's all about learning each and everything in your life as much as possible, and trying to connect. So the more you connect, okay, I learned this something 3 years back, now this might be useful to me now. So the more knowledge you gain, and the more knowledge you share it, the better for you. So this is what I can share it as a
Exactly.
lesson.
I definitely think that's important because then having that accumulated knowledge, you're then able to apply that in many different aspects of your life.
Yes.
And if you had to be another person for one day, who would
Mhm.
it be and why?
Oh, that's a tricky question, actually. I was not able to come up with some one person, actually, because I have so many people who have influenced me. So now, if I go back, and try to think of someone I want to be for a day, is let's say my father. Because my father started everything from zero, and it's almost more than 40 years or plus. And he is actually into 70s, and he still goes to office. He doesn't like to stay at home. And whenever I sit with him, he share the story how he was able to manage the crisis, the risk, the problems, the challenges in his life. I feel like we are in at this at this age, we have technologies, we have comforts, and still the kids are always complaining. So why is it so? And at that age, when they were in 60s, 70s, or 80s, um, how they managed to do so many things with so much challenges, there was nothing. So I always want to go back, I just want to look from his eye that how he was able to do or solve problems at that point when there was nothing.
Exactly.
So that it always helps me to think that if I have so much opportunities, if I have so much things, so much resources, how I can cope up. So it's another example is even right now, he's running a business in India, and at this age, if there is some problems in the business, he always says that it's very easy for me to shut down the company, because the rental, if I get it from the land or the building when I'm running a business, is much more than I can make profit through business and the amount of time I have to give. But I always think of people who are working, how many livelihoods are getting salary, how much they are, how many families I'm able to run because of this business.
Mm.
So money is not important all the time. It's about the number of hearts you touch. So these are the reasons I always want to go back and see how my father used to think, how he used to do it.
That's definitely something that's amazing and really really important, because like just like being able to actually see and be in those shoes for a day and just be able to see how not only things work but how they're able to actually put things together without
Yeah,
all these like all these different technologies that we have nowadays is
yeah.
absolutely amazing. Mm. And what are your views on the word legacy, and what legacy would you like to leave?
It's more like technologies. So that is what I'm good in, and I try my best. So I just want to connect people using technologies and try to teach them, try to educate them, try to talk to my people who are younger to me that using technologies, you can do this things or the other. Then it's all about innovations. So my personally, my mind always runs through innovation, through ideas. So even if you give a problem to me, I always think how to solve it. Even if a technologies is not required, I just try to solve it. So I have a daughter age 5. So every day she comes to me asking for, can you fix this or the other? So she keeps breaking things and asking me to fix. And I never give up. I always say, okay, let's try. And I try to fix it. So I enjoy fixing things. So my legacy would be that, never give up, share the knowledge, share the, culture, share the innovations, and always be a good seeker. Always try to seek, never give up in seeking, and believe in what you seek. As long as you believe in what you are seeking, you'll always succeed in life. That's all I can share.
That is so very powerful. I think that's something that's really, really important. Just actually being able to share the knowledge, share the teaching, and share resources, because then it then enables people to actually go and go outside of their comfort zone and see what ignites and is something that they are passionate about.
Yeah.
And what are your views on morning routines?
Yeah. So this is quite interesting because this is related to, many of the challenges people are facing. So let's say what I do is, it's not only about morning, it's also about the night. So it doesn't matter how busy I am throughout the day. It doesn't matter. So I always try to keep at least an half an hour before I sleep. I just sleep on my bed, try to think about the positive things, the experience which I had in life, about people I have met in life, and they had a positive influence on me. I'll always try to think about those moments I have lived, I have cherished. So this end up, giving me a good dream, a good night's sleep. And when I wake up, I feel energetic. So I just don't jump out of my bed when I wake up. Again, I give another half an hour to think of those people, I have enjoyed life with a lot. And then I feel more energetic, more happy. So it doesn't matter if I had a bad dream or something. Uh, I always feel energetic and good about things. So I start my day fresh, and at the same time, I take care of my health. So I always, do a bit of exercise. I don't give time so much, so I'm not, stick to any plan or routine. As I said, life is random, but I always try to make sure that I eat good, and in the morning at least, and do exercise, think positive. And the most important time of my life is, or my day is, the night, and when I sleep or when I wake up, because I always try to go back and experience my life, so that I make sure that what went wrong and what should I do. So it's not out of blue. Someday I'm feeling bad and I start thinking, because this might give a bit of a depression. People go into depressions, but I do this on regular basis. So this gives me energy. So that is what I can suggest to others also, that in every day, live every moment, and try to go back and see, and try to do something different.
Mm.
Never give up.
That is absolutely amazing, and thank you for sharing. I think that's
Yeah.
definitely something that is very crucial, because then having that routine just to simply look back and actually be grateful and appreciate the things that you have done, the people you've met, and the lives that you've touched. It then, as you said, it then energizes you, puts you in a positive mindset. And I think that's definitely really important. And you also said that health is a huge part that people actually don't realize how important it is, especially young people. Because we're so young, people think, oh, it's fine, or we can do it when they're older. But it's about having those things in place now, so that by the time we are older, we don't have to worry about anything.
Yes.
And what advice would you give to your younger self?
Um, if I see someone who is, let's say, at a young age, 12, 14, 18, 20, and the way they are living right now, I would say students or kids are a bit free. They don't take so much, tensions. They don't think too much about the life. They said, as you said right now, we can do it at later on. But the life is a bit challenging, and the technologies is moving very fast. So in order to compete, you have to make sure that you are educated enough in different domain, different areas, so that you can take a right decisions. So the younger you are, try to learn all different things, small, taking small bit of things, and try to talk to people who are elder to you. Try to see what mistakes they have done. They'll be happy to share, so that you make sure you don't make the same mistake. So that is what I can tell them, so that they do something better, and don't sit idle. Party is good. Doing party is a good thing. So you should have party with your friends, but don't give up so easily. That's what I can say. And even if your friends or your schoolmates are are different, or they bully you, it doesn't matter. Just don't listen to them. Just believe in yourself, and do what you want to do, and never give up. So because you have so much time to spend, even if you are at your 15 or 16, I think by the age of 2022, you should be smart enough to know everything about what is going on in the world. So don't think that I will do something after 20s or 30s. So that's what I can share. Say, try to get more knowledge as much as possible, and at the same time give time to your family, your friends, enjoy your sports,
Yeah, yeah.
and something like that. That's it.
Definitely, I think that's a huge words of advice, because like just being able to actually understand that yes, it's good to have all these parties and sometimes relax, but it's about actually making sure that you're then being productive and using your time more effectively, so you're then
Yes,
able
yes,
to work, build your vision, and work on your passion.
yes.
And could you share with the listeners where they can find you if they'd like to find out about any upcoming things that you may have?
Yeah, sure. So they can find me on LinkedIn anytime. So I'm not on Facebook, I'm sorry, because it was taking a lot of my time, my important time. So the Facebook started with a good intentions to connect with people. So, and I was also part of that. I enjoyed a lot for 6 years or 8 years. But then I started tend to see, the more people are coming, I'm not able to give my important time in my important works. Rather, I'm just keep scrolling and liking people. They are doing good, they are not doing good. So even if they don't know, I end up doing this, because it's a human tendency. They are liking your photos, you are liking their photos.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just realized this one day, that I'm not made for this. So I just stopped using Facebook. But I am on professionally, I'm on LinkedIn. So you can connect me anytime. So apart from this, you can drop me a mail on my company email address. So as I said, we are into machine learning and AI related product and services. And we also teach students about robotics. So we have a website called mechatronrobotics.com for that. And I can share the links, and that will be a good point to stay connected. And it's not about whether you want to learn only robotics. Even if you have some doubts and you want to ask some questions, you can send your inquiry. I'll be happy to help you, or my team will be happy to help.
Thank you. I'll definitely share those links that you guys can go
Yes.
check them out. And I'd like to thank you for coming on the Influencer Show today.
Thank you very much, and thank you for giving this opportunity.
Thank you. And we'd also like to thank you listeners for sticking to the end. And if you guys have any questions for either myself or Vikash, please do feel free to drop them in the comment section or even email his team. And if you guys like to apply to have the chance to be on the show, please do feel free to email the email on the screen. And I hope you guys have a great day. That's it from me. Bye.